Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. My name is Connie. I am your host, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. We are going to do the Am I the A-hole Reddit stories, and then we're going to react to them. But before I forget, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other podcasts, any other type of videos. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias, and everything will be in the description below. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do something a little bit... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to put my phone on your face. We're going to do something a little bit different. I thought of this idea. I didn't make it up or anything. I just thought I can do it too. So, yeah, we're going to start with the first story. So it's, am I the a-hole for telling my mother-in-law she can't buy things for her grandchild? My phone just froze. Oh. I, 21 female, and my husband, 25 male, found out I was pregnant last week. We are over the moon about it, and although it was early, we wanted our parents to know. They were all excited about it. The next day, my mother-in-law messages and tells us that over the next 3 weeks to expect a bunch of packages because she ordered baby stuff. I should mention we don't have a good relationship with her. Although I was annoyed she was ordering things this early before I even had an appointment, I understood she was excited. And she said it was just diapers and small things. So the next day comes, 10 packages show up on my doorstep. Needless to say, we were shocked. We go through them and find diapers, crib sheets, bottles, shoes, clothing, more specifically boy clothing, and tons more. We thanked her and made sure she knew we were appreciative of her doing that. But my husband asked her if she cannot send a bunch of baby stuff until later in my pregnancy. She said, how about no? I'm having fun and you have a lot more coming. Later that night, she messaged me telling me she was going to get all the things we need, like a car seat, crib, stroller, and this made me beyond angry. I told her if she sent any big stuff like that, I wouldn't be accepting it, and I wouldn't send it back because I haven't even gone to an appointment. And she should save some stuff for my family to buy. She got mad at us saying we ruined her happiness and we were being unreasonable. And it's not her fault if she buys it first. I told her again. Hold up, I'm itchy. I told her again if she sends anything big, it will get returned because it's too early. And she should wait until the baby shower. And talk to my parents about what they want to get for the baby. She has my mother's number. She said we were disrespectful and I can't tell her what to buy her grandchild. I haven't talked to her since, but she told my husband the packages are still coming and she's not returning them. Although I upset her, I don't think I was an a-hole about it. But last time I made a post about my mother-in-law, I got mixed answers, so I'm curious. Am I the a-hole? Update, my mother-in-law did in fact send car seats today, so we will be donating it since she doesn't listen, as well as any other items. No, I don't think you are the a-hole because you made your standards clear. Like I don't have a mother-in-law, so I don't know what having a toxic mother-in-law is or anything like that. But my mom is a mother-in-law, and I tell her, like, if my sister-in-law wants to do a certain thing that we don't like or something that we're not accustomed to, like, if my brother wants to be with her, then let him be. You know, they're happy together. If they don't want us to buy things for the baby, then we won't buy things for the baby. Or if they ask us, like, hey, can you help me with this? Then, yeah, we're going to ask them. My brother has never asked me, but that's just an example. So for the mother-in-law to, like, not be respecting of their boundaries is pretty disrespectful. I don't want to say it's a toxic. It's not. I don't want to say it's a toxic thing, because usually being toxic is like being rude or like disrespectful. But even though they're buying things for the baby, she already asked not to do that, and pretty sure she asked in the nicest way. She didn't like yell at her or cuss her out or anything like that. And then I feel like, what is the husband's take on it too? Because it doesn't mention anything about the husband. Like, is he mad about it, or is he like trying to play it cool because you're his wife and that's his mom? Like, kind of like how Mexicans say que los ponen entre la espada y la pared. Like, he's like, well, you know, who do I turn to or whose side do I go to? But no, I don't think you're the a-hole. And I guess you donating this stuff is a little bit like too much. I mean, I guess if you don't have storage or anything like that, but I would sell it, honestly. I would try to sell it just so like she can publicly see that you don't want the stuff. Or if you are not the type to sell stuff, like have somebody sell it for you. Because I would tell my comadre to sell it for me. She sells everything on Facebook or on KSL. So I feel like that would be another route to sell it so she can see that you really don't want the stuff. I wouldn't return it either, honestly. I would not have the money go back into her card because that's just me personally what I would do. But like I said, no, I do not think you are the a-hole in this situation. Oh, and on top of that, like why is she sending you gifts now? Like if you just found out you're probably like 6 weeks pregnant or something like that, like you literally have no idea what the gender is, obviously. What if it doesn't go through, or what if it was like a false positive, or there's so many things that could have happened that it couldn't have been a pregnancy. Yeah, so if my mother-in-law would do that, I mean, I wouldn't mind it, because especially if it's like your first child, I don't want to say the more the better, but you literally have nothing related to kids, versus once you have your second kid, you already have some of the stuff if you kept them. Or if you had a girl and then now you're gonna have another girl, then you have all these girl clothes that you could start saving. But I would just keep the stuff into like one room. And if you end up not having a baby shower or anything like that, also maybe she's trying to buy you guys, since you guys don't have a good relationship with her. She could be trying to like bribe you, and then later down the road bribe the grandchild. And I don't think it says anything about it being the first grandchild, or I don't recall. But if it's like the first grandchild, she's like super extremely excited, like extra excited. So I guess I kind of understand where she's coming from. But I feel like I said, if you already set your boundaries and you don't want the stuff to be sent to you, then I don't know why she's doing it. So no, you are not the a-hole in this situation. Next one. Am I the a-hole for dropping out as a bridesmaid after the bride made me feel humiliated? I, 24 female, have been friends with April, 27 female, for close to 15 years now. We met at gymnastics as kids and formed a close bond. It seemed natural for us that I would be a bridesmaid, just as we had always planned. The wedding was delayed a lot due to COVID, and then I received big news. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I was lucky that we caught it early, so I had surgery followed by chemotherapy. April was supportive throughout all this. She made appointments for dress shopping to fit around my schedule. When we picked the bridesmaids' dresses, April said she would be paying for them and alterations. She said it was her way of thanking us for being there for her. We chose to buy mine a size up for what I wore because chemo could cause weight gain. Unfortunately, I've had to go through more rounds than first predicted. 3 weeks ago, we went to a fitting and my dress wouldn't close. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to leave the changing room, but April talked me into coming out as other girls hadn't seen me try it on, and they were excited. I came out and explained the problem to April, apologized, and offered to pay for her back for the dress and pay for the alterations to make it fit. All that needed doing was for it to be let out. It had been taken at my previous fitting before I had more chemo. The seamstress said that it was easy to do it and it wouldn't damage the dress, so we had bought a size bigger in the first place. I thought everything was fine until we went out for dinner with a few of our friends to celebrate it getting closer to the wedding. When I ordered pasta, April gave me a strange look and then made a comment about how it was no wonder I didn't fit into the dress and how I couldn't just say the weight gain was from the chemo. I was in shock about it and I didn't know what to do. Then when someone told her it was a horrible thing to say, she started saying I would ruin her wedding pictures. And it was already bad enough that she had to buy a size 10 dress so I would fit into it. Now her pictures would be ruined by a whale who can't stop stuffing her face. I didn't think it was fair that, as I've been on a diet ever since my diagnosis to combat any weight gain from my treatment, and I lost it. I did raise my voice. I told her that I can't believe anyone could be as cold as heartless as to say that, and considering how she's been through this whole thing. Through the whole thing, the only conclusion I could make was that she's a narcissist who should be giving an Oscar for her acting talents. I said not to worry about the pictures because I wouldn't be there at all, and that I'm glad she can't get a refund on the dress. And I told her fiance he shouldn't just contact a divorce. I told her fiance she should just contact a divorce lawyer now to save some time because it would be sad to be stuck with her. And then I left. I've been told I was harsher than I needed and I shouldn't dropped out this close to the wedding, but I don't see why I should have to be there after I was humiliated. Am I the a-hole? Oh, that was funny. I think that's rude though, like, because she's going through chemo. She was diagnosed with cancer. I didn't know it causes gait weight or anything like that, but she told her from like the beginning, like she knew what was gonna happen. Like she told her what to expect. And then I think for her to like just blur it out in front of everybody is a little bit rude too. Like I myself have been overweight my whole entire life. And it's just my parents that tell me, like it's not like my friends or my cousin, but like we say we're fat, we're obese, we're this, we're that. It's not just like, oh my God, dude, you're so fat. Or like, oh my God, dude, like stop eating, like chill the fuck out. Or fuck, I shouldn't have said that. But you know what I mean, right? Like, so it's like if my cousin told me like, dude, chill the fuck out. The wedding is like in the next 3 months or whatever. Like, no, I'm not gonna chill out. Okay. I've been watching myself and I've been trying hard enough. And today we're celebrating. So I might as well get some pasta. So I think that was pretty rude of her. The way I think you were just like, it was just the buildup of like stress and anxiety. I mean, you had already gone through like chemo, diagnosis of cancer. I think that's a lot. Even though it wasn't recent, it takes a toll on your life, I think. And so I don't think you were the a-hole. I think you reacted. You gave her the same energy back she was giving you. So her to react that way in front of all of her friends, or like if it was the bridesmaids or whatever, it's essentially it's the same thing that you told her in front of everybody what you thought, or like your reaction. So no, I do not think you are the a-hole in this situation, because you're giving her the same energy she was giving you and she didn't like it. And if you had like previous experiences where you didn't catch her in a lie, but you caught her acting out that she felt sorry for you or anything like that, it doesn't matter if it was close to the wedding. I don't know why she would have reacted that way and expected you to just put up with the aggression she was going through, or not the aggressiveness she was showing to you. Like I said, if you also had like previous experiences where you saw her be fake or like acted out and then in reality she was being a fake, then yeah, I would definitely have reacted the same way. I would have been very upset with her. And like if she would have told you like over here behind the camera, was like, hey dude, like doesn't matter if you were eating pasta or if you were eating pizza or if you were eating chicharrones or I don't know, something that según makes you gain weight. It's none of our business. Like, it's literally none of our business. If you want to eat that, then you go ahead and eat that. If you want to eat a freaking salad because the wedding is in 3 weeks, go ahead and eat a salad because it's in 3 weeks. Like, that's none of my business. That's your problem to deal with. If your dress doesn't fit, we'll go ahead and alter it again. And for her to take that not responsibility, but for her to accept to pay for the dress and then pay for the alterations, like, she knew what could have happened. So even you could have gotten an alteration the day before and she would have to pay for it because she already agreed to it. So like I said before, no, I do not think you are the a-hole in this situation. Let's do one more. Am I the a-hole for giving guardianship of my son to my aunt over my mother after I die of my terminal cancer? Why am I reading all these cancer stuff? I, 21 male, have a son who just turned 1. His mom, who was my girlfriend, died in labor along with the other baby she was carrying. I was diagnosed with terminal cancer 3 months ago and I don't have very long left. 2 months at most. I have accepted that I'm going to die, but now I have to think about what's the best for my son. I had to decide who my boy would go to, and I thought my mother, 55, naturally, but then I started to think of her situation as my older 29 brother lives with her along with her 5 kids and all aged under 5. Damn, 5 under 5. And I decided, I didn't mean to say damn, and I just said it again. And my brother, to be honest, isn't really raising his kids, more dragging them up. It can be neglectful. I wasn't going to put my son in that environment, as I want someone to actually care for him. So then I thought of my aunt, 33, on my dad's side. She is a good mother and her husband a good father to their 3 girls. I know they could provide for my son. I asked them and they agreed. My mother, however, found out that I wasn't leaving my son with her, and she got angry with me that she's losing me and now losing her grandson. I gave her my reason, and she realistically can't raise them while she's basically raising a man child and his kids. It all ended in an even bigger argument, and now that I'm cooling off at home, I understand that things are terrible for her right now, as I won't be here soon, but my aunt is a much better choice, and it's not like my son who won't know who she is, as the walk between her and my aunt's is only 5 minutes. Wow, that's a lot. That's a harsh one, dude. Like, you're gonna die. So we have to look at it from the dad's point of view, or like the parents' point of view, that it's it's the same thing that the mom is doing to the son. Like, it says 29-year-old son with 5 kids under 5. So like 5 consecutive years, the baby mama was having kids. And obviously the mom didn't want to, I don't know the situation. I'm just assuming at this point. The mom didn't want to kick them out. The mom didn't want to push them to grow up because it's her son. So now the son, the son of the son of the son of the son of the son. And now it's the same thing. So now the dad doesn't want to push the baby to a situation where he's not going to grow and be an adult or be cared for, loved for, well taken care of. He wants to put the baby in a situation. I talk with my hands if you haven't noticed. He wants to put the baby in a good home. So I feel like the mom should be upset, I guess, because he didn't choose her. But I feel like she should understand that he's doing the same thing that the mom is. Mom is taking care of the son now. Well, parent is taking care of child, 29-year-old man child. And now in this case, parent is trying to get the child well taken care of. So it's just life, I guess, at this point. Life is what's getting in the way. And I guess I understand that the grandma is upset, but also should be what is it, like, she should be in his shoes, or como se dice, en su punto de vista, que se ponga en los zapatos de él. She should take a look at his point of view, where he's coming from and his reasoning. And it also said that the walk is like 3 minutes away. It says it's not like my son won't know who she is, as the walk between hers and my aunt's is only 5 minutes. Also the grandma is 53 years old. The aunt is 33. So when this child is like 20, let's say, the grandma is going to be like 73 versus the aunt is going to be like 53. So I think that also has a big impact in his decision, that the grandma is a grandma, not much of a mom aspect in this case. Oh, and then also if the aunt adopts the baby, the grandma can still be the grandma. Like, she can still spoil him, see him, like if she wants to see him every day, that's cool, but like, I mean, like every weekend or at family parties, you know, like a typical grandma, or like little birthday parties for him, you know, she's still gonna be in his life. She's not gonna disappear just because she's not gonna adopt him. I think it's better if she is the grandma. Like, she'll have grandma roles versus mom roles, versus having to raise the baby versus like spoiling him. Like, I put myself in his shoes and think about, like, I don't have younger aunts actually. Well, I do, but not extremely young. Yeah, I do, but my aunts are in Mexico, so no, I'm not gonna send my child to Mexico. Yeah, so grandma could be grandma, aunt can be aunt to mom, and I feel like it'll just be as the baby grows up. Like, once the baby grows up, then you'll explain the situation to the baby, and the son will hopefully be understanding of the situation. Like, if he wants to move in with grandma when grandma's like 80 years old and he wants to care for her, that's cool. You know, he's gonna be like 25 years old by then. So if mom some aunt allows him to go live with grandma, then be it, I guess. I don't know. But like in the Mexican culture, you don't move out when you're 18. So I'm 25. I live with my parents. I have my child. My brother, who is like 6 years older than I am, just moved out like 2 years ago or something like that. So the son being like 25 caring for his grandma is 1,000% normal. It's not going to be something out of the norm. It's not going to be like, oh my God, why are you doing that? Or why are you doing that to your grandma? Like, it's your grandma. I understand that sometimes your grandma can be toxic to you or something like that, or your grandpa is toxic or whatever the case might be, then yeah, I understand that you don't want to be with your grandma 24/7, but sometimes your grandma is just the best person in your whole entire life and you want to be with them. And also, some people just have a bigger heart and they want to care for their elders, I guess, their grandma and their grandpa, because it's their grandma and their grandpa. Like, it's just, from my point of view, it's an unexplainable feeling, your grandma and your grandpa, when they are good to you. My grandma and grandpa died when I was like 18, 19. I'm not 100% sure how old I was, but I do remember, like, I have a lot of good memories with them. We would go to Mexico because I used to live in Mexico. We would go to Mexico, to their house. I helped my grandma wash the dishes. I would shower in like a big bucket, even though I was in the city. So like those memories are good memories. So you have a good memory of your grandparents. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have a toxic grandpa or a toxic grandma or toxic grandparents or whatever, and you don't talk to them, then yeah, I would understand why you're trying to put the baby with their aunt. But it's not toxic or anything like that. Like, it's just better for the baby in this case. And that's what we're trying to do, and like, you also have to think about the grandma is going to be a wreck if and when you pass away. But yeah, I do not think you are the a-hole in this case. It's going to take some time for your mom to get used to the decision. And it's also going to take time to get used to raising the child without you being there. I know the baby's only 1, but it's hard. Like, when I first read it, I was like, oh dang, the mom passed away. And then you're like, I got diagnosed with terminal cancer. And I was like, that is mind-blowing. Like, the child's gonna be raised without a mom, without a dad. But what you're trying to do is give them a proper mother and father figure. So no, I do not think you are the a-hole in this situation. So yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Let me know down below if you like these type of videos, if you like the idea, or what I should change about it, if I should bring some people. Let me know down below. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any other videos. And yeah, that is it. Bye.